Peace, Ashe, and
And Hotel.
Hotep family. I am Goddess Zuri,
And I'm Solar Wind.
and this is Just
Just
Us
Us
Conversations.
Conversations.
First, we prepared a little something. We wrote something down to explain our names so you understand why those were the names that we chose. So, for me, the name that I identify with and that resonates the most with me now that I am a free thinker is Goddess Zuri. Zuri is a female Eastern African name that means beautiful in Swahili. My beauty is not only in reference to my appearance, but what's on the inside as well. It speaks to who I am as a person. I strive to treat myself well. Then I give myself permission to reciprocate that to others.
Okay. My name is Solar Wind, and I chose that name because the solar wind is defined as a destructive force, and I strive to destroy all mental bondage that our people are currently in by bestowing knowledge and wisdom about who we are as a people. Not only who we are, but who we were, because our history is world history.
That's right. Now that we've gotten that out the way, Just Us Conversations is a platform that we've created to have discussions about issues and concerns and questions and possible solutions to help our melanated peoples. This is our second video. It was our first video.
It was pretty much a run through.
It was a run through. And we do plan to post more content and be that outlet for those who need it. So please like our video, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can catch all convos in real time. Okay, so our topic for today, you guys, is about
It's a pretty interesting topic.
it's pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting topic, and it's how to humble yourself in relationships. And so relationships can be healthy and safe, or they can be the total opposite, toxic and dangerous.
Very.
So when you talk about relationships, we're talking about not just boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife. We're talking about all relationships, right, including friends, family too, everybody.
Yeah.
And so our first talking point is is about competition. Yeah. So go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
I mean, I was just thinking, why is it that in a lot of relationships they always feel like they have to compete with each other when it's not really, like you said, it's not really a competition. Right. It's a team thing. It's a team effort. You give up the I
for the we. That's right.
That's right. You give up being an individual to become a team player, and that's what it's about. It's not a competition. It's about y'all two bringing y'all two minds together.
Right.
And making something happen off of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't compete with each other and shit on each other.
Exactly.
And everything like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You shit on everybody else.
Right.
And that's just how I look at it.
Exactly. And we're supposed to come together and shit on everybody.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part about it, because two is way more powerful than one.
For real.
And so it's not about winning. It's not about who's right all the time. It's about that common togetherness. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about who has the last word and all that kind of stuff. To me, that's a little juvenile. It's kind of childish. You know what I'm saying? I got to have the last say.
You know. It really is juvenile.
It's kind of immature.
It is. Like, you don't always have to win the argument. You know what I'm saying? It don't make you a loser or weak or small because you chose to just say, hey, all right, I'm done with it. I don't feel like arguing about it. Let's just leave it alone for right now and come back to it when we able to talk about it like civilized adults, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Without screaming at each other, without trying to throw little words in the air to hurt each other's feelings, and you know what I'm saying? You know how folks do in relationships.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? They say things that you can't take back.
Because once it's in the atmosphere,
it's in the atmosphere. You can't take it back. You know what I'm saying?
Take it back.
You just can't. A personal, you can apologize for it, and
but
everything,
it's still there.
But it still don't change the fact that you said that, and it's a chance that you may have truly felt that way, or you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. So don't speak out of anger. Stop arguing with each other. Get up, walk out. You know what I'm saying?
Go
Leave
in
or
another
something. Do
room.
whatever you got to do to defuse the situation. You know what I'm saying? That's humbling yourself in a relationship. You don't always have to be the blunt one. Well, I gotta speak my mind regardless. No, it ain't about that. It ain't about that. It's about respect and love. You know what I'm saying? You respect that person enough to say, hey, I'm not gonna argue with you because we argue with each other. We say things we don't mean. Things go left field, and boom, there it is right there. It's over with.
Right. And so I think what's key in what you were just saying is walking out.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, a lot of us don't have the in that moment, we don't have that in that moment to be strong enough, because I think that takes strength to be strong enough to say, you know what, this is getting a little heated, it's getting out of hand.
I'm gonna be
I'm gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna go in the other room until we calm down. And you can have some people that will follow you to the other room, And so sometimes even going to another room may not work. You might have to actually take a walk in the neighborhood, or, take a drive or something like that, just to clear your head and come back to when y'all can talk about it. But that's one of the best ways, I think, to deal with it and to be humble. So the next key point we had on this topic is delivery is important. Delivery, how you deliver it.
I can't stress that enough.
Man,
See what I'm saying? I can't stress that enough, because, a lot of times you won't be meaning any harm by something you say. But if you say it the wrong way, a person will take it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? You have to work on your delivery. You have to find the right words to say to reach your significant other.
Or a family member, or a friend, or whoever you're in a relationship with.
You have to find the right words to reach that person. You know what I'm saying? You can't just, be just saying stuff just because it sound good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sit back and think about what you're going to say.
Before you say it.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because, the mind does some real strange things. the brain is a motherfucker.
Talk about it.
For real, you have to work on your delivery method. You know what I'm saying? You have to. That's for real.
Yeah. Some people will say the old school saying, words can't hurt. And that's not true.
That's not true.
Words can hurt, because it depends on who's saying it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my husband, for him to say a certain thing to me, it's gonna cut, depending on what he's saying. Somebody else might say it to me that I really don't know or don't care about, and it wouldn't bother me one way or the other. Yeah. So that's I'ma kill that right there. That's not true. Yeah. Words can hurt. Depends on who's saying it and how they're saying it. You know what I'm saying?
You can't take them back. You can apologize for it. A person, they say that they'll forgive you, but
they'll never
forget it. You know what I'm saying? It'll always be in the back of their mind, the things you said to them. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they some hurtful things and they true. Person will never forget that.
Now that's the part that hurts more than anything. Is the fact
that it's true. A person would never forget that.
Yeah. You know when you think about it, feelings don't even get hurt unless it's the truth.
Unless it's the truth.
Unless it's the truth. Because we tell our kids the same thing. It's like, well, do you believe that? Is that true about you? Okay, well, why is it bothering you then? It's not true. You shouldn't feel some type of way about it. So, that's definitely true. Okay, so another key point we had was, this one I call take one for the team. So basically what I mean by that is that even if you feel like the other person is not correct in what they're saying or what they're doing or whatever, for the sake of the relationship, it's okay to agree to disagree sometimes. It's sad to say this, but a lot of times people think that because we're sisters, or because we're sister and brother, or because we're husband and wife, we have to agree on everything, and that's not true. Realistic. That's not true.
That's just not reality.
We are not going to agree on everything.
If two people are agreeing on everything, somebody being fake.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
you talking about like relationships has been 20 years strong, 15 years strong.
And you don't
and
agree on everything.
You don't agree on everything.
Don't agree on everything. In relationships, they have arguments. That's just life. You know, that's just people. People bump heads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And there's a
Happens all the
such
time.
thing as a healthy argument.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
have healthy arguments all the
All
time.
the time.
All the time.
All the time.
But there's a line that we don't cross. We don't, do that whole below the belt thing and, talking about each other's, whatever those sensitive points are that we know because we stay away from them. We don't do that. And that's the love that we be talking about. When you love somebody, you don't say stuff like that that's gonna hurt them. No. Even like you said, even if you apologize, I ain't gonna never forget that you called me a B or that you know what I'm saying, said something about my fingernails, and I'm sensitive about my fingernails or whatever the case may be. So you gotta be real careful with that kind of stuff. And it's okay to take one for the team sometimes. I've learned as a wife, and just in relationships, period, even with my siblings and with, family members, is that sometimes as women, we have to learn how to, it's tough, y'all. I know, and I know a whole bunch of women gonna be like, what the nigga talking about?
So you gotta learn how to zip it.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to zip it up sometimes. Sometimes we just be, and we don't know how to just, and I realize as I'm maturing and as I'm growing as a woman, as a queen, I'm realizing that there are moments when there just needs to be silence so that I can really listen to what you're saying, because it's hard to have a conversation effectively while I'm talking, all you thinking about is what your response is going to be. That's you're not even listening then. You're just waiting on your turn to get your say out. You know what I mean? So it's tough, but it can be done, because I think I'm doing good with that so far. I'm doing good, baby.
You're doing all right.
Thank you. I appreciate the love.
You getting there. I can't even laugh. You getting there,
But yeah, you guys, it's important, especially in the African community, African American, however you identify yourself. It's important that we learn how to humble ourselves and be respectful to each other and communicate with each other and love each other and things like that. The relationship is dependent upon it.
If you care about that person, man, if you love that person, that's just something that you would do. You know what I'm saying?
Naturally.
You ain't always gotta, stick your chest out to your loved one and show them, look, I got this, I'm in control. Right. No, it ain't about all that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about all that. Who in control.
Right. And I take that back. It's not always natural. Sometimes it's something you have to work on and work at. It's not a natural thing. You're not gonna always be able to tone yourself. So it's okay if you mess up and you say something crazy or whatever. Just as soon as you notice, apologize. Take a step back. You know what? My bad. Let's stop this conversation right here. I'm gonna take a break. Then maybe we can come back and talk about it, some more later when we both more calm and civil. It takes work to get to that point to be able to do that.
It do, because everybody want to have their last word. Everybody wants to have their last word, and it's tough to walk away from an argument when you feel like
your point
you lose in an argument. Yeah. It's tough to walk away from that motherfucker, but you don't have to win every argument, man. Because if you right, you know what I'm saying, that person just won't hear you out. They ain't gonna hear you out.
That's true.
It's not gonna hear you out. Yeah. So why sit up and argue about it? Let them think about what they saying for a minute. Yeah. Let it marinate. Yeah. And then come back and we try to have another discussion about it. And if we can't do it then, we just
let it go.
Just let it go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's about humbling yourself in these relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, take it on the chin. Take one on the chin sometime. Right. Look at your girl or your homeboy or whatever and be like, oh, man, that's just how they are. Man, I know how they are. Yeah. So if you know how a person is, what they do shouldn't shouldn't really bother you because you know how they are.
Yeah, you tell me that all the time.
All the time, you know what I'm saying? You know you dealing with an asshole, you know they're gonna be an asshole.
True. It's true.
And nothing else. They're gonna be that. They're gonna
That's
be
who
that.
they are.
That's who exactly.
Yeah.
That's who they are.
Yeah, it's like somebody had said once before, when a person shows you who they are, believe them.
Believe.
Because that's who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they show you their asshole, that's
what they are.
their asshole.
Yeah.
And when they show you that, now the choice is on you now. If you want to deal with that asshole or say, nah, I'm good.
Right.
And if you choose to deal with him, you got to put up with all his asshole ways.
Or her.
Or her.
Because women can be assholes too.
For real. You got to humble yourself and deal with all that.
That's true.
And try to find a way to get that person to humble themselves so they can stop being an asshole.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that, even though we're saying it's something that can be done and we're saying it's not easy and things like that, being humble is a necessity for a relationship to work, because at least one person gonna have to show some humbleness.
Yeah, at least one.
Yeah, one of you gonna have to like you said, take it in the chin.
I take it on the chin.
What the church folks say? What the church folks say? Turn the other cheek. Ain't that what they say? Ain't that what the
turn
word?
Turn the other cheek. That's what the word
That's
say.
in the word.
That's scripture.
You better turn that cheek.
You crazy. That's scripture.
Yeah, scripture. You gotta turn that cheek. And then slap the other side.
Pop the other side hard the most.
Slap the other side.
For real.
We're not saying that, y'all. We don't want nobody taking them in the cheek. Don't turn the other cheek. Somebody slap you. Like my mom said, you hit their ass back. Pick up a stick and knock them out. We're not advocating for nobody taking one and letting somebody hit you and slap you around. Absolutely not. Defend yourself.
But on a serious note, though, we doing this video, in hopes that somebody see it and be like, okay, they may have a point and try to do things better in their relationship in the future and try to make it work, man. We need to make these relationships work.
Yes,
because the only ones that's suffering are our kids. If we have children, and our relationships failing, the kids are suffering from that, man, and we got to do better.
That's right.
As people, man, and try to make this shit work because, we need each other.
We do.
We need each other, seriously. All bullshit aside, we all need each other, man. We need to make these relationships work because too many of our kids are growing up without both parents in the house with them. And we need to make that change.
We do. And it starts with us.
It starts with us.
Yeah.
Humbling ourselves in these relationships. Quit arguing in front of your children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's including with family members because, even with sibling rivalry, when me and my sisters, going at it, I don't want to be going back and forth with them, in front of my sons and stuff like that. They don't need to see all that. Not to say we need to hide everything from kids to say, they don't ever need to see an argument. But at the same time, it needs to be a healthy way to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without the disrespect and all the other nonsense. You know what I'm saying? We gotta. And the crazy part about it, y'all, and then I guess we're gonna let them go, baby.
Okay.
But the crazy part about it is these type of things are not being taught anywhere else. They're not teaching us how to be humble in relationships and how to have successful relationships anywhere. They're not teaching it in the church. They're not teaching it in the schools. A lot of us not teaching it in our homes. Nope. Yeah, so, how are they supposed to get it if it's not being taught?
So why not us?
So here we go.
So with that, we love y'all, man. We love you. If you run across this video, I just want you to know we love you, man.
We love y'all.
We love you from the bottom of our heart. Y'all take care. Y'all keep blessing each other, taking care of each other, you know what I'm saying? Keep raising our kids, and let's be there for each other, man.
Yeah, so thank you for tuning in with us tonight, should we say. And like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can catch all our convos. in real time.
Thumb up the video. Like the
Peace.
video.
Ashe
And
and Hotep family.